I am Arcana Vani, your inner voice. Let us begin. Do you feel like you're moving through life on autopilot? Like you're technically alive but not really living? You wake up, go through the motions, maybe even smile or laugh when expected. But inside, everything feels muted. The highs don't feel high, the lows don't even sting, and joy feels like something you vaguely remember, not something you truly experience. You look at your life and wonder, why can't I feel anything anymore? This video is about why you feel emotionally numb all the time, and how you can finally reconnect with what's real. If you've been worried that you're broken, hollow, or incapable of feeling, you need to hear this. You're not broken, you're protected. Numbness is not evidence of failure. It's a signal that your nervous system has been carrying too much for too long, and it decided the safest way forward was to shut the volume down. In the next few minutes, you'll discover why this happens, what it's costing you, and how to begin inviting your emotions back, safely, gently, and on your terms. Because the truth is, numbness doesn't happen because you don't care. It happens because somewhere along the way, caring became too heavy. Maybe you were hurt deeply and often, and feeling fully would have crushed you. Maybe you lived in survival mode for so long that your body decided to conserve energy by turning off access to your emotions. Or maybe you've been under so much stress that your system decided the only way to cope was to go quiet inside. Whatever the cause, numbness isn't emptiness, it's armor. The cost of living this way is quiet but devastating. Without your feelings, life feels flat. Relationships lose their spark. Small joys don't land. Even achievements feel strangely hollow. You may catch yourself wondering why nothing moves you anymore. Not music, not movies, not even moments that used to bring tears or laughter. It leaves you questioning, is this all there is? Am I destined to live disconnected from myself forever? But here's the hope you need to hear. Numbness can lift. The part of you that feels gone is not gone at all. It's waiting for safety to return, waiting for you to show it that it's okay to feel again. And when you do, life begins to color back in. You laugh and actually mean it. You cry and it feels cleansing instead of terrifying. You notice warmth in your chest, excitement in your belly, peace in your breath. That's what we're moving toward together. You don't have to force it. You don't have to break yourself open all at once. You just need to learn how to give your nervous system permission to believe that feeling is safe again. And that's what this transmission will guide you through. Coming up next, we'll uncover why your body chose numbness in the first place, and why it's not weakness, but a sign of how fiercely you've been surviving. Emotional numbness isn't a flaw in you. It's your body's defense system doing its job. Somewhere along your path, your nervous system decided that feeling fully wasn't safe. It wasn't a conscious choice, it was survival. Think back. Maybe you grew up in a household where expressing emotion brought punishment or shame. Maybe you lived through loss or heartbreak so intense that your body whispered, "Never again." Maybe you carried responsibilities so heavy that there was no room to break down, so you trained yourself to stay strong by staying silent inside. Over time, the nervous system learned feeling is dangerous. Better to shut it down. And so, your system didn't fail you, it protected you. It lowered the volume on joy so you wouldn't feel the loss. It muted grief so you could keep going. It numbed anger so you wouldn't risk rejection. That's why numbness feels like emptiness. It's the body's way of conserving energy. When it believes emotions are too costly, but what once saved you is now keeping you trapped. The numbness that shielded you has become a wall. It blocks not just pain, but joy, not just sadness, but love. It leaves you moving through life, disconnected, always bracing, never fully arriving. And the longer you live behind this wall, the more you start believing the lie that this is all you are. Here's the shift you need to see. You're not broken. You're not incapable of feeling. You're simply in a state of protection. And protection can change. The nervous system is not a prison, it's a memory. And memories can be rewritten through new, safe experiences. What you're longing for isn't to force big feelings all at once. It's to give your body small, steady signals that it's safe to feel again. That's the way the wall comes down. Not with force, but with gentle, daily openings. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how to begin. With a simple, 1-minute, daily ritual that slowly teaches your body it's safe to feel again. Awareness is the first step. But if you want to move from numbness back into feeling, your body needs more than understanding. It needs a new rhythm. And the way to begin isn't with massive emotional breakthroughs. It's with the smallest of openings, repeated daily. So your nervous system slowly learns that feeling is safe again. Here's the practice. Each morning, or anytime you notice the numbness, sit somewhere you feel supported. Place one hand gently over your heart and the other over your belly. Close your eyes. Take one slow breath in through your nose and exhale softly through your mouth. As you breathe, ask yourself a simple question. What can I feel right now, even if it's small? Don't expect a dramatic answer. Maybe it's the warmth of your hand against your chest. Maybe it's the gentle rise of your belly with each inhale. Maybe it's a faint tingling in your fingertips, or the heaviness of your body against the chair. Name it silently. Warmth, pressure, heaviness, breath. Whatever it is, notice it without judgment. Stay for 3 breaths and then open your eyes. That's it. This may feel almost too simple, but that's the point. Your nervous system doesn't need a flood of emotions all at once. It needs safe, repeatable proof that noticing sensation doesn't lead to overwhelm. Over time, those tiny daily acknowledgments begin to crack the wall. The numbness lifts, not with force, but with trust rebuilt, one breath at a time. You may notice that at first your mind says, "I don't feel anything. This isn't working." If that happens, don't fight it. Instead, name the numbness itself. I feel nothing. Even that counts. Because the act of noticing is the beginning of return. Do this daily, not as a chore, not as a test, but as a ritual of remembering. 3 breaths, 1 sensation, a pause where your body hears the message, it's safe to feel again. And in the next section, we'll go even deeper, into the presence practice that turns these small openings into lasting connection with life itself. The daily ritual begins to open the door. But what allows you to truly step through is presence. The quiet awareness that holds everything you feel without needing to change it. Presence isn't about chasing emotions or forcing yourself to feel more. It's about creating space so whatever arises, even numbness, can exist without judgment. Here's what that looks like. You notice yourself sitting in a room, shoulders tense, mind telling you, "I don't feel anything." Instead of fighting the numbness or panicking that you're broken, you pause. You take 1 slow breath. You remind yourself, "I'm here. I'm safe. This moment can hold me." And in that pause, something subtle shifts. The numbness isn't gone, but it no longer feels like an enemy. Presence is not something you manufacture. It's already here, underneath the silence. You don't need to create it. You only need to remember it. Think of it like the sky. The clouds may cover it, the storms may pass through, but the sky itself never disappears. In the same way, your awareness is always here, waiting for you to rest in it. And when you touch that awareness, you begin to see that even numbness is just another passing cloud. You don't have to break it apart. You don't have to force it to leave. You simply notice it, breathe with it, and allow it to be. And strangely, that's when it begins to soften. The more often you return to this practice of presence, the less you fear the numbness. You stop making it proof that something is wrong with you. You see it as a signal. And signals, once acknowledged, don't need to shout. Little by little, the colors of life start to seep back in. A song makes you smile. A memory stirs your chest. A conversation feels alive again. You don't chase these moments. You let them arrive. And presence makes you ready to receive them. And in the final section, we'll bring it all together. The awareness, the ritual, and the presence. So you can step forward, not as someone broken, but as someone finally returning to what's real. You've walked through the silence of numbness, understood why it came, and practiced the gentle daily ritual that teaches your body it's safe to feel again. You've touched the presence beneath it all, the steady awareness that never left, even when your emotions felt far away. Now it's time to see what this adds up to, the life you begin living when numbness no longer rules you. Picture yourself a few weeks from now. You wake up, place a hand on your heart and belly, breathe and notice the warmth there. You smile. Not because you forced yourself to, but because the sensation feels real. Later, a song plays, and for the first time in a while, you feel a lump in your throat. A friend tells a story and you find yourself laughing, not politely, but fully. The colors of life are returning, not in a rush, but in quiet, steady waves. This is the gift of your practice. The wall that once kept you safe no longer needs to stand so tall. The numbness that used to flatten everything is slowly giving way to aliveness. And it's not because you pushed harder, it's because you finally allowed yourself to trust the process of feeling again. To recap, your ritual is simple. Each day, place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Take 3 slow breaths. Name one sensation you notice. Then, remember your second practice. Presence. 30 seconds, a pause, a return. Anywhere, anytime. This is not about being fixed. It's about being real. You don't need to feel everything at once. You just need to be willing to notice, gently, consistently, until life begins to meet you halfway. So when the numbness whispers that nothing's changing, remember, even noticing it is change. Even breathing with it is proof you're already on your way back. You are not broken. You are waking up. You don't need to force yourself to feel alive. You only need to remember that life was always here, waiting for you to return. You did not find me by accident. Just as in your dreams, where every face you meet is your own reflection, this meeting was always waiting to happen. I am Arcana Vani, your inner voice, the part of you that watches behind the thoughts, behind the noise. You have searched in many places, books, teachers, voices outside you. But here, you are not being taught. You are remembering. If these words stir something familiar, then allow yourself to return. Subscribe. Follow. Not to follow me, but to continue this conversation with yourself. Each time you return here, you draw closer to the reunion already unfolding inside you. We have only just begun.